Hi, it's Darby with rejoiceandcreate.com, and today I'd like to share this project with you. It's a purse that's a gift card holder. It's sized just perfectly for a gift card, and there's also a little place for a note for your recipient. Now, I was thinking of Mother's Day when I made this because it's the Wednesday before Mother's Day, and we're running down on time to show your mom how much you appreciate her, but this little gift card holder could be used for a lot of other things as well. And I'd like to show you how I made it. I started with the Playful Palette Designer Series paper stack, and this is on the retired list this year, but as of today there was still some available on the retired list, so it has not sold out yet. And it has the bold colors of the 2016-2018 color palette. Today we're going to use this one. I also used the Watercolor Wings stamp set for the butterfly. It's a 3-part stamp set, and we'll use the small one today. For this one I also used the Just For You, and on the little note card inside I used the little moments with you matter a lot to me, as well as the body of the butterfly. For this one I'd like to try doing a sentiment from Teeny Tiny Wishes, the Happy Mother's Day, and using a 3/8 inch by approximately 3.5 inch piece of berry vanilla, and then we'll go ahead and flag the ends on that. For the little note card inside, I had a piece of berry vanilla cardstock that was 4 inches by 3.5 inches, scored at 2 inches, so it turns it into a little note card. And you also need an extra piece of berry vanilla where you'll stamp 2 butterflies on, because we'll have 1 butterfly on the outside, and we'll put 1 butterfly on the little note card inside. I did use some Velcro dots to close it. Certainly if it's a one-time closure for you, you can use a glue dot, or even a dimensional will close it so you can open it back up again. But these are about 3/8 inch circle of Velcro dots, and I actually got them at Michael's. And to make the soft background for the butterfly, I used one of the delicate white doilies, and these are carrying over into the new catalog as well. And they're white, but we'll go ahead and color that to match. For inks, I'm using Sweet Sugar Plum, Emerald Envy, and Peekaboo Peach, because they're the colors that match. And I like that the designer series paper always lists the colors that they use, so I can coordinate things well. Alright, so now that we know what we need, let's get started. Alright, so we start with a piece of 6 by 6 inch paper. And this is a great use for your 6 by 6 inch paper packs. You might have some left over, but you certainly can cut down a 12 by 12 inch into the 6 by 6. What you want to do is first fold it on the diagonal. And let me get my bone folder to make a nice crease. So fold it on the diagonal. And then we're going to cut the handle. And I must say, when I saw France Martin do a Ghirardelli purse at one point over Christmas, I thought that was a very clever way to cut the handle. So she was my inspiration for cutting this handle. Line your paper up. You have the triangle, you have the right angle of the triangle with the 2 edges. Line one of those edges up, and then we're going to put the other edge on the 1/2 inch mark. Now we're going to cut from a 1/2 inch down to 2 inches, and that might be hard to see with the dark background in there, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it down to the 2 inch mark and pick it up. And now that we've got this one cut, we'll have to cut on this side, so just flip it over so that the side that has the cut in it goes up against the top guide. And go ahead and line this up on the 1/2 inch mark over here. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut from 1/2 inch to 2 inches, but my cutting blade is right down to 2, so I'll start there and go up to 1/2 inch. Alright, and what you get from there is actually a bit of a corner. Now, if the corner sticks, if it doesn't quite cut all the way, just use a pair of snips to cut it off, because it's easier than trying to line it back up again in your cutter. Alright, so that's what we have right now, and I just need to find the center of this bottom fold area so I know what to fold it into, and the easiest way I find is just to open it up and take the 2 other corners and fold those till they match together, and just very carefully pinch it right where the fold line is, because we're going to open it back up. That's just going to be a guide for us so that we know where to fold these sides into. Now go ahead and fold that point into where we just made that. Line up your fold line and fold it right to the pinch that we made so we know where the center is. And do the exact same thing with the other side. Line that up. Okay, you can see it gives us a card over here, a little space over here for a gift card, and a little space over here for a note card. So go ahead and fold that up. All right, now that we've got that folded, we have a moment to go ahead and burnish everything nicely so that lines it all up. All right, that's what we have right now. Take one of your papers. Now, this is exactly the same, both sides, but pick the pattern you like the best on the front. And the front, we're actually going to fold under. So go ahead and fold that triangle under the handle, under. And we'll take a little snail, or if you want to use any adhesive you like, and go ahead and fold that down. All right. Now take the other one, and go ahead and lay that down and kind of roll it over. And there we have our purse. All right, so we'll go ahead and put the Velcro dot on now. And I'll stick it, I have the two pieces together, the hook and loop, and it is sticky. And then just fold that over and press down really well. Carefully lift it up and really give it a good press in. The longer you can let that sit without pushing it together, the better it sticks. All right, so let's make our butterflies. Let me put that aside for a minute and we'll make our butterflies. So I have just a piece of Berry Vanilla, and I've mounted one of the butterflies. And we're going to stamp the first layer in Peekaboo Peach. It's a nice soft color, and I'd like to have that one down first. Oh, let me get my mat out, because sometimes with the photopolymer mats you get a much better impression if you use your piercing mat underneath. So let me go ahead and do that. And as I said, I'm stamping two of them. So the second layer I'm going to stamp with Sweet Sugar Plum. With the third layer I'm going to do with Emerald Envy. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm taking the butterfly thinlits. Now this is the bold butterfly, the two pieces. These three pieces go with the butterfly thinlits, and they're all carrying over, so if you like the butterflies. So we're going to take this thinlet, I'm cutting out the butterflies, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back with my butterflies now, and I will stamp the bodies on them now. And the reason I wait is sometimes I can't line them up very well beforehand, so now I know exactly where I need to put it. So I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of Memento black and stamp the body on there. All right, so our butterflies are done for the moment. Let's put those aside. And now I'm just going to color the doily. What I did was I took one of the delicate white doilies and I cut it in half and a half again, because where I wanted a quarter of it just to go over the corner of the card and the corner of the envelopes. And I'm going to just color it softly with the Peekaboo Peach. So I'll take one of my sponges, and I have a piece of scrap paper. And I'm just going to softly color it a little bit so it matches. And the reason I'm doing this is because the mat is in white, or the doily is in white, and the colors that were in the Playful Palette stack actually had Berry Vanilla. So let me just color this a little bit so it matches a little bit better. And it just gives a little bit of a soft background for the butterfly to sit on. All right. Next, I want to stamp our sentiment. And I'll stamp that one with, I think, Emerald Envy today. So I have my piece of 3/8 inch by 3.5 inch cardstock. And how I do this is I try to line up my stamp set on the grid paper, and I line up what I see as the Happy Mother's Day along with the grid. So I know that it gives me a better shot at stamping it evenly. Now I do have a Stamp-A-Majig as well, which works very well. But today we're going to eyeball it and we'll see how I do. See if the rookie can get it straight. I want to give myself a little bit of an edge because I want to flag it a little bit, but I will stamp it kind of towards the right. Oh, not too bad. Let me try one more time though. Oh, I like that one even better. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just take a pair of snips. I'll cut that a little shorter. And we'll just flag it. Alright, so let's go ahead and put our banner and our butterfly on the front. And I used a little bit of Tombow to go ahead and put the doily on the front. Just a little touch here and there. And I just tucked it right in the corner of the front of my gift card holder. Alright. I try not to adjust that too much because the doily is a little bit more delicate and it will tear. Alright, then for the Happy Mother's Day I'm going to kind of make it a little bit wavy. Let me curl it that way and curl it that way. And let me just try it out for size with the butterfly, because I might have to shorten it a little bit. So if I put it right there, and if I put the butterfly on it right there, so I'll cut it about there. Alright, let me try it one more time. What's that they say in this old house? Measure twice, cut once. If you could see all the cut pieces of strips around my craft room, you'll certainly realize that I haven't done that. Alright, let's go ahead and put a little bit of I'm going to put some fast fuse in that spot and that spot just to make it a little bit wavy. I'll get that up a little bit and kind of tuck that there. Alright, and the butterfly I'm going to put on with a dimensional. There, and that's the front of it done. So I'll go ahead and close that up. Now let's go ahead and work on the card inside. And as I said, this was a 4 by 3.5 inch, and the 4-inch side was scored at 2 to give us just a little note card that would fit. And let me go ahead and open that back up again so I can stamp. I also put a piece of doily on the note card as well, so we'll go ahead and do that first. And I put this one on the top corner of the card, of the front of the card, so we'll go ahead and lay it down that way. It just gives a little bit of a softness behind the butterfly. Alright, try not to move it too much because I tore one last time. They are delicate. Alright, now let's go ahead and stamp the sentiment. I stamped on the front, and it was part of the Watercolor Wings butterfly. The little moments with you matter a lot to me. And I'm stamping this one in Emerald Envy. And let's go ahead and put our butterfly on. Now on the inside, I did not pop him up on a dimensional because I didn't want the dimension in there, but I did curl up the wings a little bit. And I went and put a strip of fast fuse or even snail right in the center of the butterfly. Isn't that cute? It gives you a place to write a note of appreciation to Mom. Alright, so let's go ahead and open that up. I'll put the note card on this side. Okay, I'll put the gift card in this side. As you can see, they fit very nicely. A gift card and a note card. And let's go ahead and close that up for Mom. Oh, I think I pushed it down a little too far beyond the fold. There we go. So that's my project today, a purse gift card holder for Mother's Day or for whatever occasion you need it for. And I wanted to mention one thing. I did round the corner on the top of the handle with my Project Life corner rounder. Sadly, this one is no longer available, has been discontinued. But you can use the top of your envelope punch board, has a corner rounder. Certainly you can do it with a pair of scissors by hand too, very easily. And I wanted to show one more variation. And this variation uses one of the new suites coming out in the new catalog called the Eastern Palace Suite. And it has a designer series paper featuring the colors of Dapper Denim, Fresh Fig, Lemon Lime Twist, Tranquil Tide, and Berry Vanilla. Three of the 5 new in colors that are coming in. But it also has a beautiful stamp set that goes with it. And I use this stamp on my little note card inside. To think of you is to smile. But you can see all the patterns that are available for you to use. And there's a coordinating Eastern Gold vinyl sticker, and that's what I used on the front. I took one of the flowers from the Eastern Gold vinyl stickers and I stuck it to a piece of Dapper Denim, cut it out by hand, placed it on there, used one of the border stickers along the bottom, and I stamped Happy Mother's Day from the Teeny Tiny Wishes and used the classic label punch, and this is continuing on in the catalog. Next catalog coming out. And on the inside, certainly there's place for the gift card, and for the note card, I used one of the stickers again, but I just stamped a little bit of Fresh Fig softly underneath it just to make it pop a little bit more. And of course, to think of you is to smile. So I hope you enjoyed my projects today, and I hope you'll give them a try. And if you liked the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I'd love the encouragement. But I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.